Nobody saw this coming. A player who was barely even mentioned a month ago is now forcing his name into every 49ers conversation. Chase Lucas was supposed to be a camp body, a backup at best. Instead, he has become the shock of the preseason, a defender playing like he has nothing to lose and everything to prove. Each snap feels like a statement. He isn't waiting for his chance, he's taking it. Lucas has been fast to the ball, sharp in coverage, and fearless when the play is on the line. That kind of urgency is rare, and it's exactly why coaches are starting to look at him differently. Robert Saleh's defense is built on intensity, and Lucas has matched it with his own fire. The more you watch him, the more it feels like this isn't a short preseason story. It's the start of a bigger role in San Francisco's defense. He's no longer just filling a jersey, he's fighting for a job that matters. And now, the spotlight shifts. How did this overlooked corner suddenly become one of the most talked about names in camp? The answer lies in what happened when the pressure hit, when the lights came on and Lucas delivered in ways nobody expected. Don't forget to subscribe to Red Zone Report for more powerful NFL stories. The turning point came under the stadium lights. In a preseason game where most players were trying to stay afloat, Chase Lucas decided to take over. Against the Raiders, he didn't just play hard, he made the kind of impact that changes how coaches view you overnight. First, it was a clutch sack that shook the pocket. Then it was an interception that swung momentum back to San Francisco. These weren't routine plays. They were game-shifting moments that forced everyone watching to take notice. For a player fighting for a roster spot, those are the plays that keep you on the field. What made him more impressive was the timing. With the game in its final moments, Lucas stayed locked in and delivered. Most young corners fade late, but he looked stronger as the pressure grew. That composure is rare and shows a mindset that belongs at the pro level. By the end of the night, Lucas was no longer just another name on the depth chart. He had shown that he could be trusted in real moments when mistakes are costly and nerves are high. And that raises the bigger question. Is this just one strong outing, or is San Francisco watching the start of a breakout? What set Chase Lucas apart wasn't just one or two highlight plays, it was the way he locked down his side of the field. Every route run against him felt like a battle, and more often than not, he was the one winning. Receivers who expected space quickly found out Lucas wasn't giving them any. His footwork has been sharp, his reads quick, and his recovery speed noticeable. Even when a receiver gained a step, Lucas closed the gap and turned a play into nothing. That kind of persistence is what coaches dream of in a nickel corner, someone who refuses to let small mistakes turn into big ones. He's also showing confidence to play the ball, not just the man. That means jumping at passes, timing his breaks, and making quarterbacks second-guess their throws. Instead of reacting late, Lucas is anticipating early, which separates good corners from forgettable ones. In just a few preseason games, Lucas has built the image of a defender who can be trusted in coverage. And that trust changes everything, because once you can rely on a corner to hold his ground, it opens up the defense for more creative pressure. And that's where his next weapon comes in. San Francisco's defense has always thrived on surprise, and Chase Lucas has added a new twist to that formula. When he lines up in the slot, quarterbacks can't relax, because at any moment, he might be coming screaming off the edge. What started as an experiment has quickly become one of the defense's most dangerous wrinkles. The timing of his blitzes is what makes them so effective. Lucas doesn't tip his hand early. He waits until the last possible second. By the time the quarterback realizes what's happening, the pocket is already collapsing. That patience, mixed with speed, makes him a nightmare to account for. He's also proving he can blitz without losing control. Instead of just charging blindly, Lucas stays balanced, forcing quarterbacks into rush throws or batting the ball down himself. That kind of discipline keeps the big plays in his favor while limiting costly mistakes. Each successful blitz doesn't just show off his speed, it adds another layer to Saleh's scheme. With Lucas attacking from unexpected angles, San Francisco can pressure offenses in ways that weren't possible before. And that same fire he brings as a blitzer also shows up when the run game comes his way. What really makes Chase Lucas stand out is how physical he is against the run. For a corner his size, most expect finesse and coverage skills, but Lucas is out there crashing running lanes like he's built to play linebacker. He doesn't hesitate. The moment he sees a hole open, he shoots through it with force. That quick reaction is what stops runs before they ever get going. Instead of waiting for help, Lucas makes the tackle himself, cutting down backs before they reach the second level. It's the kind of effort that shows he's not just protecting the pass, he's setting a tone against the ground game too. Even when wide receivers try to block him, Lucas refuses to back down. He uses his hands well, slips past defenders, and still finds a way to get involved in the tackle. That fight is rare for a nickel corner and is exactly why the coaching staff keeps praising his toughness. Every time he steps into the box, Lucas adds grit to San Francisco's defense. He's showing that he can cover like a corner but hit like a linebacker, giving Saleh another weapon to lean on. And yet, for all that intensity, there are still moments where his aggression cuts both ways. Aggression has been the engine behind Chase Lucas's rise, but it also creates his biggest risks. He plays fast and fearless, which can sometimes open the door for mistakes. A double move or a wrong read can punish him. And in the NFL, those small errors can flip a game. In coverage, that eagerness to jump routes leaves him vulnerable if the receiver sells a fake. Smart quarterbacks will test that, hoping Lucas overcommits. It's the price of being an aggressive defender. You win big on some plays, but can give up just as much if you guess wrong. The same shows up in the run game. Lucas shoots gaps with confidence, but if he misreads the lane, the back has space to bounce outside for extra yards. These are the kinds of moments that separate young players from veterans who have learned to manage risk. The encouraging part is how much he's improving. Each preseason game has shown more balance, more patience, and fewer reckless choices. If Lucas continues to sharpen that control, he won't just be an aggressive corner, he'll be a dependable one. And to understand how he got here, you have to go back to where his journey began. Chase Lucas's path to this moment has been unbelievably normal. In high school, he wasn't even playing defense. He was a star running back, piling up highlights and attracting offers from big programs. Most expected him to stay in that role, but his career was about to take a sharp turn. At Arizona State, coaches saw his athletic ability and decided he would be more valuable on the other side of the ball. The switch to cornerback wasn't easy, but Lucas adjusted quickly and proved he could handle the challenge. Over the years, he built a reputation for toughness and versatility in the Pac-12. By the time the draft came around, his numbers and film showed promise, but teams weren't sure where he fit best. That uncertainty pushed him into the later rounds, where Detroit took a chance on him in the 7th. For 2 seasons, most of his work came on special teams, far from the spotlight he had once known. Signing with San Francisco gave him a fresh start. The 49ers weren't asking him to be a star overnight, they just wanted depth and competition. Instead, Lucas has used that chance to rewrite his story, showing that he can be more than a roster piece. And now, the conversation is shifting to what role he'll play moving forward. The preseason has made one thing clear. Chase Lucas is no longer just fighting for a roster spot, he's fighting for a role that matters. Every game and practice has added to his case, and the 49ers now have a real decision to make. He looks ready for Sundays, not just August football. Competition with Upton Stout will play a part in how the depth chart shakes out, but Lucas has already shown enough to deserve a place. His versatility makes him valuable. He can contribute on defense, line up in the nickel, and give the team a boost on special teams. That kind of flexibility is hard to ignore. For Saleh, it's the type of unexpected development that makes a defense even stronger. When a player nobody counted on suddenly becomes reliable, it changes the picture for the entire unit. Lucas is not just filling a spot, he's giving San Francisco more ways to attack and defend. And if his rise continues, San Francisco may have found a hidden gem right under their nose. From forgotten depth to possible difference maker, Chase Lucas has forced his name into the conversation. And as the season approaches, the question is no longer whether he belongs, it's how big his impact will be when the games start to matter. Blessings to all my Red Zone Report subscriber family. Your support means everything. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and I'll catch you in the next one.